Hello and welcome to Aurelian University. In this video, I want to talk about a data structure called a dictionary. So we're going to talk about how we can use dictionaries to store data. And so to illustrate this, a dictionary is essentially just a structure for a lot of data. If you remember earlier, we learned about lists. Lists are a way to structure multiple pieces of data into a single variable. Dictionaries are similar. And the reason they're called dictionaries is because they have keys and values, sort of like words and definitions. So a key is how you access a specific item in a dictionary, and the value is the specific item that you're accessing. And so in order to create a dictionary, what we do is we use these curly braces. So dictionary equals. And you could put this all on one line, but you could also put it on multiple lines like I have it here. And then you have a list of all of these keys, which are always strings, or which will be strings. And then you have a colon here, and then you have a value. And if you want to access this value right here, what you're going to do is you're going to say the name of the dictionary, which in this case is dictionary, then in square brackets right next to it you'll put the name of the key, and this right here will return, or essentially be the same as in your code, the value. And for this example, or this tutorial, I decided to go with essentially an actual dictionary, like the sort you would use in language. So we have some English values and some Spanish values. Say you wanted to have some sort of a translator app like we have today. And then you can access the Spanish value by putting the English value in, by referencing the dictionary, and then in square brackets putting the English value in. So what we're going to do here is we have a little app that will give you a message. So it gives you some directions here. Enter an English color to be translated, or enter stop to stop. And I guess I'll put a period here. It prints these directions. And then we have a while loop that says while I is not equal to stop. So this is how you say not equal, by the way. I probably should have put that in the lesson objectives. But we have our double equal sign is how you say in conditions or in while loops if something is equal to. If you have an exclamation point and then an equal sign that is not equal to. While I is not equal to stop, we'll reassign I to whatever the input is. I have to answer this question. Enter an English color, and then we'll use this method, like we described methods earlier, to force it to be all lowercase, because all of these keys here are lowercase. And if I equals stop, then we'll continue. We'll print goodbye and continue, which will actually stop the loop, because this will be false once we get there. So it'll actually end up stopping. So we could put continue or break, either way. Elif, so if it's not stop, but I is in the dictionary, which is just a fancy way to say I is one of these keys up here. Then we'll print the Spanish word for, and then whatever the entry was, is, I don't want to put this in here, is, and then we'll put the definition, or the Spanish word here, and we'll fill this one in with I, the user input, and this will put dictionary with the key of I, and that'll give us the translation. Otherwise, else we'll print this word was not found in our dictionary. You know, I'm going to put that in quotes as well. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how this application will work. So I go to Python 3 lesson 9.py. So first it gives us our directions, like we set up here. Enter an English color. I'm going to enter red. It says the Spanish word for red is rojo. Enter an English color, so it prompts me again. Say I want to know orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black, white. And by the way, these don't have to be in order. I'm just going through them in order to show you that it works for all of them. And then I'll say Bob. This word was not found in our dictionary. And I'll go back and do green with some weird upper and lower cases to show you that this lower function is just putting it all to lowercase. So it doesn't have to match in case because the program will fix that for us. Yep, and then it says the Spanish word for green is verde. And then I can also put stop, and it says goodbye, and then it's a script. So this is a much more interactive one than we've had before. And it's also sort of a nice, possibly useful in some context script that we can run. So this is a good, I think, introduction to using dictionaries. Like I said before, it doesn't actually have to be a sort of bilingual dictionary. You can put any sorts of values over here. You could put file URLs and then a brief description of what's in the file. You could do all sorts of, URIs and then a brief description of what's in the file. You could do all sorts of things as long as the data is paired. You've got a key, which is how you retrieve it, and